Hello and welcome back. We're coming to you from our offices in the downtown, and as you can see we're in party mode here. Today's topic is probability part 3. Let's begin. This presentation 4.3, Introduction to Probability part 3. We wish to acknowledge the development team as noted below. And we want to summarize the key probability formula from last day. We have here probability of A or B or both, A, B are events. And we're suggesting that in the diagram here, probability of A plus probability of B is 50 plus 40, 90%. And of course we include the 20% as part of the 40 and the 50, and therefore we have to subtract it once. Now for mutually exclusive events, A and B, they exclude one another. A and B both can't happen, probability of A and B is 0. In that case then, probability A or B is just a sum of the two probabilities. Rule of complement says the probability of not A is 1 minus the probability of A. As you can see coming on the screen here, whatever this is 1 minus that. The total must be 1. Conditional probability A given B. If we know B has happened, then the probability of A given B is the probability of A and B divided by probability of B. So if we know B has happened, which is 50%, probability of A also happens is 20 out of 50 or 40%. General multiplication rule, probability of A and B is probability of A times probability of B given A. And we can just reverse those. In a special case, independent events, B given A is the same as the probability of B. In this case, the probability of A and B is just the product of the two. That happens when they're independent events. We've got an example here. Example above, probability of A and B is 0.4 times 0.5, or 0.2. And under these circumstances, they're independent. Now for dependent events, these equations don't hold. See them coming on the screen here. Now we're going to a two-stage experiment. We have an urn here with 4 red, 5 black, and 3 white. We're taking 2 marbles, one after the other, without replacement. And you can see here coming on the screen. At the first stage, we have red or white or black. In the second stage, we have a red, white, or black. But reading from left to right, the tree diagram, we have these combinations coming up, or these sequences. And putting in the probabilities here, 4 red, 5 white, 3 black. And of course, once these are made, then that determines the second selection. It's out of 11. And check these over as we go. Now, the probability of red 1 and red 2 is just the product of the numbers coming out in this branch of this tree diagram. And pause the screen at any time and make sure these are correct. Black, red, 3/12, 4/11. Now both are red, that's this event up here, so we're coming out this top branch, applying the rules of probability. Now both the same color, there's 3 ways, 2 red, 2 white, or 2 black. And looking at those, it's just the sum of those numbers where the arrows are above. 38 over 132. The second is red. Now there's 3 cases where the second is red. So we're saying the first one can be red or the first one may not be red. 4 to 12, 3 to 11. There's 8 not red. Answer here is 4 to 12. First is white given, second is red. See it coming on the screen here. And finally, a two-stage experiment. We toss a fair die. If the outcome is 1, 2, 3, 4, which is 4, 6, we go to urn number 1, which is 4 red and 6 black. And if the probability is 2 or 6, we go to urn number 2 with these numbers. So coming out these branches here, of course, we have these probabilities. See them coming on the screen here now. Urn number 1 and is red. Of course, that's just coming out this branch, top branch here. 4 to 6, 4 to 10. The marble is from urn number 2 and is red. That's coming out the second arrow here, up here. Of course, you see it coming on the screen here now. 14 to 60. Marble is red. There's 2 ways. We can get it from urn number 1, number 2, and jot these down. Feel free to pause the screen at any time and write these down. From urn number 1, given it's red, using the conditional probability, probably red on the bottom, or the sum of these 2 sums where the arrow is, and the top part is just the number 1, number 2, number 1 in red. As you can see, 16 out of 60 divided by 30 out of 60. Marbles from urn number 2, given it's black, and this is called the probability rule. And that's the end of presentation 4.3. We ask you to take notes, and when you finish, go to presentation 4.4.